Good afternoon, Badass Artists. I'm Mia Luyando. Today we are back in our book, Peppermint Tea. We've been working on a few different projects this week, so I figured we would come back in today, work with some rainbow pencils to complete her hair, and maybe work on her eyes today. See how much time we have left, and maybe work on some jewelry or something. So we'll just see how it goes. So I did a time-lapse video on her hair with some Inktense pencils, and I needed some dry time. That's why I did the time-lapse on it. I couldn't just jump right back in and go back over it with the rainbow pencils then. I had to let it dry for a little bit. So we will go in today with some KohINoors. Now this is a Christmas edition KohINoor, but let me show you. I don't think that this particular set is available as it is. However, this set is available. It just doesn't look like this. It's the same pencils, they're just packaged differently. This was like a 50 or 20, it was a 25-year or 30-year special edition, limited edition or something like that. And that has since, KohINoor has since stopped making this. However, you can still get the pencils. They're just packaged a little differently. Anyway, that's what I thought we would use today on her hair. There is a kind of neat pencil that's got like this brown, dark brown, black, orange. It's got a couple of different colors in it, and then this one as well has some different browns and blacks in it. So anyway, I thought we would get started with that. We have Fiona the fairy here with us. She's lending us some good fairy mojos. I will zoom us in and get started with these two rainbow pencils by KohINoor. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm just going to grab and pull, and I'm just deepening this up. I'll put this one over to the side. These are woodless pencils, and I know you're saying woodless pencils, what, how in the world? But basically what they've done is they've made the entire pencil the lead. There's no wood at all. They've just compressed all of the lead and just put kind of like a little binder around the outside where they press the ink for, the color and whatnot. Or yeah, it's pretty neat. So the whole thing, you can actually lay it down sideways and use the whole thing for the lead. It's really kind of ingenious. KohINoor does that with some of their aquarelle pencils. They're woodless, so the whole pencil is just a stick of pigment. It's really neat. I'm just adding this color in, and it is a color changing pencil. And just, kind of trust the process. My paper is kind of crinkly from the Inktense, from the water. But you can see this, adding these colors from this rainbow pencil is just kind of deepening this up, giving it some depth, kind of giving it a glossy look. More of a true auburn, kind of auburn colored hair instead of a strawberry blonde. I'm just going to continue to work this color in. And you can see how easily the pencil glides over the Inktense. So, the paint, once it dries, it's easy to go over and add details and other things to it. It's very easy to color over. And I think I've gotten all the little strands with this color. I'm going to use this color just to deepen it up even further. I want her to be, you know, a true auburn. So I'm just mixing these darker brown, kind of warm brown colors in. And if you're following along at home, any rainbow pencil will do. You don't have to have KohINoor. And of course, you don't have to have this color pencil either. If you want to do this with just different pencils, just choose an assortment of browns and tans, and you should be able to work those colors in together to get the same sort of effect. Rainbow pencils are kind of my go-to tips and tricks for hair. You get to work a lot of different colors in at the same time, and it gives it that deep, rich, kind of luxurious ombre effect. Because our hair does have a lot of different colors mixed into it. Now I'm also going to take this darker color and work into her eyebrows just a little bit, kind of frame her face. And we'll go in with a darker color and highlight her eyelashes. But you can see how much that brings out the hair. You know, it really gives her a lot of depth and gloss and shine. Now I'm going to go over one more time just the highlight areas with a kind of a white, just to sort of bring out those lighter highlights. Okay, so I'm going to set the rainbow pencils aside for a moment, but we will come back to them to do, let me zoom out just a little bit. We will come back to the rainbow pencils to do her flowers and some of the background. But right now, I want to focus on her eyes, so I'm going to zoom way in. And we're going to start with, I think we'll make her eyes green. And I'm going to pull a couple of shades. Bear with me for just a second. I'm just pulling a few colors here, so I don't have to keep reaching over. So I'm going to start with this dark green. This is the Faber Castell Black Edition, number 742. And I'm going to go around the outer part of her eye. And I'm just going to grab and pull towards the pupil. And we're going to work a couple of different colors in here to give her a nice realistic looking eye. I'm just going to grab and pull. We're going to do that to both sides. And I'm kind of bringing them in a little farther than I normally do, but I want her eye to be kind of a shocking green. I want it to be very vivid. Now I'm going to go back over to this side, and I'm going to pull kind of a lighter green. It's number 761. And I'm working my way around, same as before, just kind of filling in some of those blanks. Just kind of grab and pull towards the pupil. I'm going to do that on both sides. Now I'm going to take a brown color, number 711, and it's kind of a brownish red color. I'm going to go in really close to the pupil, and I'm going to just make little short bursts out towards the outer line. And I'm not going to make it a solid line. I'm just going to make it like little, almost little sunbursts from the center, from right around the outer side of her pupil, back out towards that line of her iris. Now I'm not backing it up completely against her pupil. I'm giving it a little bit of space. But everybody has this little area close to their pupil. It's a little different. I like to make that part a different color, especially when I'm working with light eyes. Now I'm gonna get an army green. This is number 721. I'm going back down this way, and just randomly here and there, I'm bringing that up all the way up into like that brown color. I'm going to do that on both sides. And you can see every color that we add kind of gives it a little more depth. Now I'm going to take a blue, number 706, and in between I'm just going to add some little shadowy parts. Not everywhere, just a little bit of a reflection. I'm going to do a little more over here too. Remember, there are lots of, your eye is wet, so it's going to pick up all the reflections of everything around you. It's going to mirror everything that you're seeing, everything that's around you. And that little touch of blue is going to give it a lot of realism, a lot of depth. And you don't want to make it solid, just a little bit here and there. Now I like to make some little abnormalities. I'll go back with the brown and just add a little, a little spot here, a little, spot there, because everybody has, like I said, little odd abnormalities in their eyes. Or little, like little streaks. Let's make this one a little streak. Streak here. Let me zoom back out so you can see what her eyes look like now that we've finished. And there you have it. And I think we might just leave it there for the day instead of starting something new. We're going to use some rainbow pencils, like I said before. to work on these flowers. Let me see what I've got over here. I thought we would use this kind of purple and red color. It's got a lot of really pretty effects to it. So let's just do one of them and see how we like it before we call it a day over here. Let's see. These are like little rosebuds. And remember, we can spin these pencils around to get different colors. I'm just kind of going along the outline. I'm just adding this color in. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. And it's a pretty mix. It does have that dark, deeper charcoal gray in it, so some of the petals might come out looking pretty dark, but that's okay. And we're just going to work this right on in. And it's definitely gonna, go back and forth between that bright red, that medium red, and it's got that charcoal gray in there. But I like that. I like that effect quite a lot. So I'm gonna keep at it. And you can see the change again. Now we're getting back to like that purple color. And that pretty red again. I really think this is a pretty rainbow pencil. At KohINoor, they're really creamy, they're really soft. It's an interesting color combination, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'll take that. We'll take it. Now, if you're following along at home and you want to just, if you don't have these pencils, no worries at all. You can fill this in with a red, a dark red, and a charcoal gray. Since we're kind of on a roll here, I'll just go ahead and fill this one in as well. just trust the process, let the colors change. That's part of it. Allowing them to do what they need to do. Now the rest of those little petals we're going to leave, and we're going to color those in green. Let's go ahead and finish these two on the corners. That'll leave us a little bit less to do next time. I'm just going to go ahead and fill these in. And I will put a link to these pencils. Like I said, you can still get the pencils, they just aren't packaged the same. They're just marketed as woodless rainbow pencils, I believe is how they're listed now. They're not a special edition. It's just the packaging that was special, I think. And I received those as a gift, so I've had them for 2 or 3 years now. It's been a while. We're just moving right along. And last but not least, we'll get this nice one up here in the corner. If you enjoy rainbow pencils, let me know if you use them at home. That way I know that these videos are helpful. A lot of you a few weeks back told me that you had struggled with them, so I thought I would implement them in a few more videos. Let me know if this is a video that's helpful for you. And if it is, I would definitely appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. That way I know that it's something that you might like to see more of next time. Thank you to all of you who consistently send me a like or a comment. That is so wonderful. I love hearing from everybody. Thank you for that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you will. That way you'll always know when I put out a new video. I try to get 2 or 3 out every week. And if you are among those who would like to watch me just as I work, and you'd like to join me on Patreon, I am currently working on a Patreon channel, so let me know if that is something that interests you. And you can just tune in and watch me work. working on something. You might as well join me. Okay, everybody, I think that will do us for the day. Oh, that's a nice little color change there. I do like it. Let me zoom out so we can see where we are. Very nice. I like this quite a bit. Now we'll go in and we'll add some green, some leaves. We will finish her jewelry, and we will add a background in our next video, and we will call this one complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. I enjoyed my time with you, and I will see you next time.